You're online at the Feelgood station. Your first stop for feel-good music, feel-good chat, and much, much more.
The Cellar of Horrors.
Society, all this pressure, why won't you listen to me? It's not the life I want, it's not the life I need. It's perfectly okay, do things a different way, unconventional, put my dreams first.
Greetings and welcome back to another edition of the Cellar of Horrors on the Feelgood station. I'm your host Tim Mendes along with Septimus the Spider. Yeah, we've got a special edition lined up for you this evening. We've got another one of those preview shows. We previously did one for Whitby Goth Weekend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This time we're previewing In the Black Midwin2r festival, which is taking place up in Sheffield over the weekend of the 16th of December. We're going to try and play as many of the bands who are performing as humanly possible, or arachnidly possible in Septimus's case. But yeah, it's a tall order because it's quite a big lineup, but we'll get into that in just a moment. The track you heard to lead us in was a song by Westenra. It's called It's My Life, and it's off their recent EP, Breathe. Westenra are headlining the Saturday evening. So yeah, that's definitely a band to check out. So what we'll do now is we'll quickly run through the lineup. Septimus, pass me the sheet. What do you mean, what's it worth? Just pass me the sheet. What do you want? I can't afford an Xbox. PlayStation 5, and you can't afford that either. Some flies, I can do that. Okay, it's a deal. Pass me the sheet. Thank you. You're a daft spider, by the way. Okay, so yeah, the lineup is as follows. On Friday night, it is headlined by Yorkshire Gothic folk band The Mother of Crows, and they're supported by Ghost Signals, Tantrum Zentrum, and The Black Clown, who I have had real trouble tracking down. It's only in the last couple of days that somebody posted up that it's actually the new project from Mags from We've Got a Fuzzbox and We're Going to Use It, so that's very exciting. Okay, the Saturday is headlined, as just mentioned, by Westenra. They're supported by Gothzilla, the Glasshouse Museum, Dawn of Elysium, Black Riders Cult, Dead Blood Cells, and our guest of the evening, Alixandrea Corvyn. Sunday is headlined by the Doyle Band, supported by Holy Braille, Hertzfall, Factory Acts, and Dead Happy. Like I say, if I missed anybody off, I apologise. I've had difficulty trying to find out exactly who is playing where and when, because there's been multiple different posts and they've all got slightly different lineups on them, so I've had a bit of a hard time tracking some of this down. But there we go. So yeah, we're going to get through that. So, Mr. Spider, being as we got so much to get through, are you going to behave yourself? It's unlikely, is it? Right, okay. But anyway, yeah, as always with this kind of thing, you've been trusted to pick the synthy tracks, haven't you? Because that's your bag. Yeah, so what you got lined up for us first? One of the bands from In Black Midwin2r then. What have you got? Okay, cool, excellent, nice. Yes, so Holy Braille, they're playing on the Sunday, that's right? Yeah, and you're going to go with their track Battle. Okay, cool, let's give it a spin. This is Battle by Holy Braille.
Let's
You're online at the Feelgood Station.
Great stuff. 2 great dark wave tracks there. I think we'll call them Septimus's Synthy Selections. Try saying that several times when you've had a couple. No, I can't say when I'm not. It took me several retakes to do that, didn't it? You're not supposed to give away the magic of the editing, Septimus. Anyway, yeah, the first one you heard there was Sunderland-based act Holy Braille with their single Battle, which came out in June. Following that, you heard the track Woman in White by Dead Blood Cells, who are a darkwave band from Chatham. Holy Braille are on the Sunday night, and Dead Blood Cells are playing on the Saturday. So yeah, 2 great bands to check out there. We'll have to keep the pace brisk this evening, Septimus, so it doesn't give me much time for waffling. What do you mean, good? He's such a terror. It's like nobody has to worry about me ever developing an ego, because he's there to stamp on it the minute I get big-headed. Okay. Right, we're going to crack right on then, and we're going to play a track by the headliners of Friday Night, who are a gothic folk band from Yorkshire. They're called the Mother of Crows. We're going to play a song now called Charlie.
He said, hey girl, Charlie needs some love. Dance in front of me, let me touch you. Oh, what an evening, what a night, under wet streets, neon lights. You're a goth, ooh baby, that's alright. I drank so much you look like Rita Ora. Captivating, so they hailed a taxi to perdition. Oh, what an evening, what a night, and you're such a lustful sight. You're a girl, but maybe that's alright. I took so much you look like Rita Ora.
Feelgood Station, taking you to the best shows.
Where do I begin? Facings of it forgotten always seems to be my problem. A dark and empty place, on my deepest inner space, a victim of a social awkward situation. Never to rest my case, just I want to know your face. Something with the memory of everything that could have been. A mental scar that always hurts, painful how it never burns. Something new but still forgotten, wondering how I'll reach the bottom. want to leave this place, cause I am haunted by your face. Everything is so unsure and I don't want this anymore. Something with the memory of everything that could have been. A mental scar that always hurts. Painful how it never burns. Something new but still forgotten. Wondering how I'll reach the bottom. But I always seem to host this fine art of making ghosts.
And now Septimus is bouncing around the Cellar of Horrors like a complete and total loon. The track you just heard was the latest single from Dead Happy, who are opening up on Sunday. And yeah, they're based in Birmingham. They're great fun. They're somewhere between the Gothzilla and Electric Six. I really like it. It's a bit daft, which is right in my wheelhouse. Before that, you heard the song Charlie from Mother of Crows, who again, they're headlining the Friday night. Okay, we better get ready for our guest. Our guest this week is Alixandrea Corvyn, who is performing on the Saturday. She's also in the bands Last July and Rhombus. So yeah, we'll be having quite an in-depth discussion. We've only got time for one guest this week, so it's going to be spread over the 2 hours. So yeah, we're going to get the first part of that interview on in just a moment. Before that, I'm going to play you a track by the Black Riders Cult, who I love. I think they're great. Sort of proper groovy gothic rock. Right up my street, you know what I mean? We're going to play you the track Leave by Dawn from their 2019 EP, Emotional Scars. Enjoy.
It's getting late, conversations growing old. And so the romance starts to cloud the show. To lead by door, to lead by door, to leave the key by the door, to lead by door. Roll a note, let's get right to the point. I got plenty of fuel to last all night. Here's Mr. Coke and here's Mr. K, bound in chains with lash the pain. Take it all right now. Scratch that back with time and nails. The room shakes, the bodies start to shiver. It feels like my soul flows down a winding river. To lead by door, to lead by door. Leave the key by the door, to leave by door. Streets are empty down deep below. Heads down, so soft on a white pillow. The silence, nothing more to say. The sleep calls is just a memory of today. The sunrise, it glistened through the curtain. The light divides us as we lay. And like they say, the love is over in the morning. Lead by door, and nothing more to say. To lead by door, lead by door. Leave the key by the door. Lead by door. Leave.
You're online at the Feelgood station.
And one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits, you know you're going to fall. Tell them a hookah, smoking caterpillar has given you the call. Call Alice when she was just small. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to
You're listening to the Cellar of Horrors on the Feelgood station. The first track you heard there was Black Riders Cult with Leave by Dawn, which is taken from their 2019 EP Emotional Scars. Now they're playing on the Saturday night.
Yeah, the track you just heard there was the cover of Jefferson Aeroplane's White Rabbit by my next guest, Alixandrea Corvyn. Alex, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, very good. It's been a while.
Yes.
And, I was talking to somebody the other day and I said that you're one of the busiest people in goth that I know. It's like,
yeah, I suppose.
yeah, it's like you've constantly got something, and if it's not one of your own projects, you're propping up on other people's.
Yes, I like doing that.
Yeah, it's similar to what Julianne Regan used to do in the 80s. It was always, if there was female backing vocals on a goth song, it was 9 times out of 10 it was Julianne Regan.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's a really nice comparison actually, because I love her. I think she's amazing.
So do I. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, one of my favourite bands of all time. All the way. So how long have you been doing this now? It's
a really, really long time. Longer than I dare to think. It's been about I've been in bands for at least 25 years.
Blimey.
And before that, I was acting on stage. I've been acting on stage I've been on stage in one capacity or another since the age of 5.
Right.
So,
Oh, right. Okay. So did you come from like a theatre family or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Well, I mean, not like professionally or anything like that, but they were very much into Amdram. And so there was a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I was one of the background fairies, basically, age 5.
That's awesome.
So and then it just kind of went from there. Oh, I can't remember. I remember I used to have a dressing up box of like loads of like mad old dresses and people's bridesmaid dresses and stuff that they donated to my parents for me to wear. The more all out, the better. Basically, I used to like, and I still do, like really dramatic clothes. And I remember I wore one of those, and it was blue with white lace on it or something like that. It was mad. It was a mad dress.
That's brilliant.
That's about all I remember. So.
It's the sort of thing my partner would get really excited about.
Yeah. I'm sad I haven't got it still, actually.
Yeah.
But of course, it wouldn't fit me now, so it's fine.
No, you let it out a bit, you know. Put some
Yeah,
panels in the sides or something.
Yeah.
When does an old dress become a new dress? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the first band you were in then? Was that last July?
Oh, no. Oh, I was a teenager and it was, I can't even remember the name of the band. No, the first band I ever performed in was called Fruit Tree. And my first ever gig was supporting Napalm Death at the Square in Harlow.
That's amazing.
That was really...
I bet that was terrifying, wasn't it?
No, not really. Well, at the time I had no idea who they were. So...
Well, you were in for a shock.
Yeah. So in this metal band, we all came on in like hooded cloaks and sat down on the stage. And as our intro thing, we had somebody play the final countdown on the back end. And when it came to the guitar solo, we all air guitared with like cloaks and hoods sat down on the stage. And then we got up and did the performance. It was really good fun. It was great. You know.
It's brilliant. I can just imagine a bunch of confused metalheads.
Yeah, going, what the hell is this?
What the hell is this?
It was great fun. It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So my first exposure to your music was last July. I saw you. So I think it was when you supported Incubus Succubus. I think was the first time I saw you.
Which time?
One of the Purple Turtle. I think it was when you were still only a 2-piece.
No, Purple Turtle. We had Nev in the band.
Oh,
as
you
well.
did.
There
Yes,
were 3 of us.
yes. Because that's one of the reasons because I've known Nev from his days in Rome Burns, and that was the night I was down the front and I was taking the piss out of him because he had a fan right in front of him. He was blowing his hair back.
Doing all that amazing goth thing. Yeah.
And I was like, you poser.
Yeah. That was such a great gig. The sound was so clear.
It was an amazing show.
We started with Autumn, and I actually honestly thought, even though I was singing and I knew that I was singing with the microphone, I honestly thought it was me on the backing, and I actually stopped singing at one point because the sound was so amazing. Yeah, it was a great gig. It was so hot. Unbelievable.
Oh, it was, wasn't it? Oh, it was, I remember. Yeah, I remember. And then, we made a point of coming to see you whenever we could, if you were in London, sort of thing. So how did that start off?
Last July. So I met DeVay in a club. There's a big long story about that. And in fact, the reason we're called Last July is because I used to start the story when people asked how we met. I used to say, "Well, last July," and then blah 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 blah. But anyway, so I met him, and I had no idea he was a musician. And then I found out that he'd actually been in a signed pop band in the 90s, and he was in retirement. He hadn't done any music for years and years and years. And then I was like, well, you're obviously quite talented. Can we do some music together? And he had some old stuff. And then a friend was doing a zombie movie, or trying to put a zombie movie together. And we wrote a song together that turned out to be Nothing Else But You.
Right.
For the soundtrack. And it was supposed to be a one-off, but we just had so much fun doing it that we carried on doing it. We resurrected some of his songs, resurrected some of mine, put them together. And that's what A True Story of a Lie, the album, is a whole bunch of our old stuff and then some stuff that we wrote together. So
that's excellent. Yeah, because I think it's a great album. And there is quite a lot of some diversity on there. There is but it all flows. Yeah, that makes sense. It all flows together really nicely.
Yeah,
but, and that explains it. I didn't know that DeVay had been in a pop band, because that explains, because his keyboards, they're very catchy, very infectious, very sort of 90s. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Which is what I love about them as well. You know, I really love the sounds that he uses and the fact that they are really catchy. So
that's sort of it's my kind of synthesizer stuff, because it's the stuff my misspent youth. You know?
And that's and that's the kind of music that I really like as well, is stuff that's just really catchy and also synthesizer based. So,
yeah, definitely. So from there, when I saw you with Nev, then you sort of fleshed it out more, haven't you, over the years?
Yes, we've kind of expanded and contracted over time. So for a while we were a 4-piece. We had H on guitar, on bass guitar. And actually, basically, the story behind having H and Nev in the band is that when I first met Rome Burns and first saw them, I wanted to be in Rome Burns.
Right. Yeah.
And so the closest I could get, really fantastic. I love them. All of them.
Yeah,
they're all amazing, and I love their music and everything. Well, the closest I could get to being in Rome Burns was stealing their members.
That's brilliant.
So I got Nev first, and then I got H, and then we did all the gigs, and we did the couple of gigs on the main stage at Whitby and stuff like that. And then eventually H moved and had to quit band. Nev had a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, Nev didn't literally have a baby, but like,
I was going to say, that's an impressive feat of genetics.
So they left, and then Sam came in, Sam Morrison, who he's Australian. He's been in loads of bands in Australia. He's been in loads of bands over here while he was living over here. And then he had to go back to Australia, which we were really sad about. But then we were a 2-piece again, and then we had a bass player again. Was it Dave next? We've had so many different members over the years that it's difficult to keep track. But yeah, we had Dave, and then we had Rob from Red Sun Revival for a little while.
Yes. Another great band.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And then eventually they kind of parted ways. But obviously DeVay and I have always been the core.
Yes.
Being partners is great, because it means that we've got a studio upstairs. We can sit and make music there and practice at home and stuff like that. So at the moment, Last July is a 2-piece.
Wonderful. Excellent.
And we're probably going to remain a 2-piece for the time being, although we have had an offer from a bassist that we might take up.
Excellent. I like it. Cryptic. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to play a Last July track. I think we're probably going to go with Glamorous Parasite.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Should we go with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, this is Last July with Glamorous Parasite.
We
one you trust. She'll wrap you up and hold you tight. No, you won't see until you're a slave. You've given up your life for her. She's nothing more than, nothing more than. She's so lovely, so lonely, but she is a glamorous parasite. So helpless you can't help it. Just a glamorous parasite. She's so lovely, so lonely, but she's a glamorous parasite. So selfish you can't help it. Just a glamorous parasite. So pretty, so witty, but she is a glamorous parasite. So perfect, we all love her. Just a glamorous parasite. She's so lovely, so lonely, but she is a glamorous parasite. So helpless, you can't help it. Just a glamorous parasite. She's so pretty, so witty, but she is a glamorous parasite. So selfish, you can't help it. Just a glamorous parasite.
And we're back with Alixandrea Corvyn from last July and Rhombus and various other bits and pieces. That was one of your singles, wasn't it? Glamorous Parasite.
It was, yes. And in fact, I think we released it at that Purple Turtle gig.
You did, because I
That
bought
one,
it.
yes. Fantastic.
I still have a copy, and bought the CD of that in the little plastic wallet, and the little jewel case of True Story of a Lie.
Yeah, it must have been the album,
Yeah.
True Story, yeah.
No, it wasn't the album. It was like an EP. It was like a three or four track.
That would have been Nothing Else But You.
That's it. Nothing Else But You.
Yeah,
Yes, that's it. But didn't it? I think it had an acoustic version of True Story of a Lie on it, didn't it? Or was that on the Glamorous Parasite? Anyway, it doesn't.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm the DJ with all the stuff in front of me. I could have just looked. I thought I'd put you on the spot.
No, don't do that. I'm terrible. Like, my memory's terrible. We've got them. I mean, I can go and look if you want me to.
It's fine. It's not important. So then you embarked on a sort of solo career, which is what you'll be doing in Black Midwinter 2.
Yes,
I believe that's your solo thing. You're on the Saturday, aren't you?
I am on the Saturday. In fact, I'm opening on the Saturday, which is good because it means I only need to do 25 minutes, so that's fine.
Nice. And it gives you the rest of the day to chill out
and see the other bands as well.
Exactly. This is it.
Fun, yeah.
There's a great lineup on that Saturday.
Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to try and get up to it, but it's just because it's December and the trains are a nightmare at the minute. There's rail strikes, isn't there, over that weekend?
Oh, are they? So, okay. Yeah. I just get in my car.
Well, this is it. So it ain't happening because there's rail strikes on like the 16th and 17th, I think. So
right. Okay. Shame.
Yeah,
okay.
I know. Yeah, but so how did that come about? Did you just decide?
So basically, Devay was in a pop band in the 90s, and his manager was a guy called George from Burning Girl Records.
Right.
And we met up with him and some of Devay's old friends at another friend's 50th birthday party, like just before I started doing the solo thing. And it was just before the second Alice in Wonderland film came out, like the recent live action one. And George was like, do you want to record White Rabbit for that, for me, for Burning Girl? And I was like, yeah, why not? Let's give it a go. It'll be fun, So I traipsed down to this recording studio near Brighton somewhere with a friend of his who'd done the backing track, and I sang over that, and then we released it, and it went really well. And I really enjoyed singing it actually, and doing, you know, a new version, if you like, of White Rabbit.
Yeah.
And so George asked me if I wanted to do some more stuff, and so we ended up, basically me and the record label, he would send me a list of songs and some money and say, can you record these? And I would. And so that's all the stuff that's out there on Spotify, which has had a really, really great response. It's really, I mean, it's everywhere. It's on iTunes and Tidal and Amazon and Bandcamp and Deezer, like everywhere. But it's had a really good response. So I just kept recording stuff, and then we did the video for White Rabbit, which is great. It was so much fun. We spent a half day in the video recording studio, essentially, that's got like different rooms, and you can do, you know, the different rooms are set up differently, so we did little bits in each room. Murder Mile Studios it is in London. And then we did a video for No Man's Land as well, which is one that George had written for me to sing, which was really good fun as well. Freezing cold. We did it in like the middle of November. And I was having problems with it's a long story, but I was having problems with my car window, the one on my driver's side, and it ended up with that window breaking on that day, and so I had to drive back from Kent back up to Norwich with no window on my driver's side.
Oh no.
I was so cold, and there were loads and loads of traffic jams as well. So I was stuck on the M25 with like all the fumes.
Oh no!
Oh, I had the worst headache when I got home. It was just awful.
It's nothing worse than that. It's like in the summer when you're stuck in a traffic jam and you have to have the windows down or you bake.
Yes,
it's bad enough then. Oh no!
It was awful. But anyway, it was fine, and the video is great. You know, I don't think it's out there anymore on YouTube. I don't know. There's something going on with it at the moment. It's not there, but it was really good fun to film, and it was a great video. So, and then as a result of that, I started performing live solo, and I did a whole bunch of gigs with Joel from Byronic Sex and Exile, with my solo thing and his solo thing, and then it just kind of like snowballed from there essentially. So I sometimes do it as I just do covers for events and parties. That was what I was doing last night. I was singing at my mum and stepdad's bowls club award ceremony.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I imagine. Yeah. I've done similar things when I was in that pirate shanty band. We did a lot of stuff like that, birthday parties, and it was just great fun. You know, they really bring you in, they give you, you know, here's the buffet, here's some booze. Have at it, you know? It's
really good. It's lovely. It was really good fun, and I DJ'd afterwards. That was really good fun, like doing a 70s and 80s disco for them as well. But yeah, so it's kind of gone from there, and then I started writing some more of my own solo stuff because Devay and I wanted to do stuff that was a little bit different from last July.
Right, yeah.
So Devay's still writing my backing tracks, but I'm, you know, writing other lyrics over the top.
Yeah. And
it's going okay. It's going slowly, but it's going okay. But I'm going to be showcasing some of that as well as some of the covers in the Black Midwinter.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll take another very short break and we'll play the track you just mentioned. We'll play No Man's Land.
Cool.
So, this is No Man's Land from Alixandrea Corvyn.
Stare through the telescope, though it's faced the wrong way round, magnify it and reverse her by a common language. You're too far away. Words just turn me inside out. All I need is arms to gently fold around me. No more angry words rise up to slowly drown me. Communication would be possible if one of us would understand. But silence plays a hand. deafened by the words I couldn't say, magnifying in reverse. Tearful as this woman, forgiveness fades away. You become my enemy. All I need is arms to gently fold around me. No more angry words rise up and slowly drown me. Communication would be possible if one of us would understand. But silence plays a hand. Silence plays a hand. Here in no man's land.
Great stuff. That was Alixandrea Corvyn with No Man's Land. It's taken from her album Seasons of the Witch, which is available on various platforms. I got it off Amazon Music. Yeah, you can get it on download on there. Yeah, it's well worth picking up. It's a great little album. I say little. It's about 20 tracks. It's a great album. Some really good stuff on there. Some great covers and some originals on there as well. Stay tuned in the second hour for part 2 of my interview with Alixandrea Corvyn. Okay, we're rapidly approaching the end of the first hour. I know, Septimus, time is just running away with the spoon. I know, yeah. How are we going to fit everything in? Right, yeah, so we'll have to get cracking now in the second hour. So what we're going to do now, we're going to play you a track by the band Dawn of Elysium, who are playing on the Saturday night. This is their latest single, and it's called Storm. Enjoy.
Your time has come. A storm is coming. Our storm. And when it arrives, it will shake the universe.
You're online at the Feelgood Station. Your first stop for feel-good music, feel-good chat, and much, much more.
You're listening to the Cellar of Horrors on the Feelgood Station with me, Tim Mendes, and Septimus the Spider. Welcome to the second hour. Welcome to hour 2 of our very special In the Black Midwin2r festival preview show. The song you just heard was a band that should be no stranger to anybody who's listened to this show before. That was Gothzilla, with this week's weird, improbable cover. It was a cover of The Adventures, Feel the Raindrops. The Adventures were a pop-rock band from Belfast in the 80s, and it's one of those songs that I think everybody knows, but not many people know who it was by. But yes, that was Gothzilla's cover of it from the 2020 EP, Feel the Raindrops, and that's available to download now on Bandcamp. Yeah, if you wanted to check out an interview I did with Tim Jarvis from Gothzilla, it is up on Mixcloud, along with all our previous episodes. It was about 3 weeks ago, something like that. So check that out, that's up there now. Gothzilla are playing on the Saturday night, and they are their main support. Right then, Spiderface, let's get on with this, shall we? Let's have another Septimus's synth selection, shall we? Oh, I got it right. First time. Okay. What have you got this time then, Septimus? Oh, Factory Acts. Yes, they're from my neck of the woods. They're from Salford. Yes. What have you got? What track are you going to go with? Leave the World to Us. Excellent. Yes. Factory Acts are playing on the Sunday night. So yes, this is Factory Acts with Leave the World to Us.
You're online at the Feelgood Station.
There's a darkness you'll never see, but you'll turn and you'll feel just like before. Touching eyes, all the lies, 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 lies. Not enough to tell you secrets in the dark. It's not enough if we've gone and lost that spark. Setting places in the night when you know that it's not right. Cradle your head in mine.
Another two great tracks there, both by bands I was unfamiliar with until this. This is why I like doing these kind of shows, because I get to discover new bands, which is always fun. Yeah, Factory Acts, they've got that really good sort of Manchester sound that harks back to the sort of 80s and 90s, which I really enjoy, obviously coming from Macclesfield just down the road, you know, it's kind of in my blood. Yeah, so that was Factory Acts with the song Leave the World to Us from their 2017 EP Second Amendment. That was followed by the band Hertzfall and their song Revelator, which was a single released in 2020. Factory Acts are on the Sunday night In the Black Midwin2r, as are Hertzfall. Right, we're going to crack on with another tune. We're going to go with another band I wasn't familiar with, but I've instantly fallen in love with them. It's a band called Ghost Signals, and they're playing on the Friday night. So I'm going to play you a song called Start Families from their 2022 album Lives Defined by Winter Skies.
I'm so tired, don't know what to make of this. I'm so tired. families to avoid going through, to avoid going through.
The Feelgood Station, taking you to the best shows.
You're listening to the Cellar of Horrors on the Feelgood Station. Okay, another couple of tracks from bands who are playing in the Black Midwin2r festival in Sheffield in the middle of December. The first one you heard there was Ghost Signals with the song Start Families from their album Lives Defined by Winter Skies, which came out earlier this year. After that, you heard the single October Frost from London-based band Tantrum Zentrum, who have a really cool sort of like mid-80s German feel to it. They remind me of people like DAF and that kind of business. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. It's a sort of sound you don't hear a lot these days, so yeah, quite refreshing. We're moments away from part 2 of our interview with Alixandrea Corvyn. Before that, we're going to play you a track by a band, again, another one who shouldn't be any shocking surprise to people who have listened to this show before, as again, they joined me for an interview a few weeks back. That's Glasshouse Museum. Yeah, they joined me for a chat. It was fun. It was a good laugh. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now, they're playing on the Saturday night. Oh, I should have mentioned that Tantrum Zentrum are on the Friday night, as are Ghost Signals. I'm going to play you a track from Glasshouse Museum. I'm going to play you a track from their 2018 EP, Tales from the Aftermath. I'm going to play you a song called Nightmare.
It's a nightmare. Well, it's gone past 2. I can hear voices, they're starting to come through. Well, it's way past 3. Scooter fingers are pressing down on me. Well, it's gone past 4. Watching the shadows as they dance across the walls, and it's way past 5. We are lucky to be, 'cause I wake up with my hands around your neck. And I wake up but I'm gasping for my breath. It's a nightmare. It's a rusting old taps that continue to drip. Your best behavior is starting to slip, with trips to the seaside and trips to the fair, queuing for rides when there's nobody there. And then I wake up with my hands around your neck. And I wake up but I'm gasping for my breath. And I wake up with my hands around your neck. And I wake up but I'm desperate to forget. When I wake up, will I wake up? When I wake up, will I wake up? Will I? It's a nightmare. Wake up. It's a nightmare. Wake up. Wake up.
You're online at the Feelgood station.
I wait here alone. I stand tall on the edge of the wave, alone, but never lonely. I can see my way on a path that's so clear.
You're listening to the Cellar of Horrors on the Feelgood station. The first track you heard there was Glasshouse Museum with their song Nightmare. Glasshouse Museum are playing on the Saturday night at In Black Midwinter2r festival, as is my guest of the evening, Alixandrea Corvyn. So after that we played a track by one of her bands. Last July we played the song Into the Light from their latest EP, 2018's Analecta. So yeah, we're back now with Alixandrea, and we've just been talking about her solo project.
From there, you do a lot of singing coaching and things like that, don't you?
I do, yeah. I'm a full-time singing teacher as well. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's fun. I'm teaching all sorts of people from all kind of different backgrounds, and it's really like it's given me an appreciation of more modern music that I really just didn't have before. And you have that whole attitude of, oh yeah, no, all modern music is crap, and it's like, well, it's not actually. There's some really good stuff out there.
There is. So. It's like cherry. It's almost like cherry picking, isn't it? It's like there's certain things like when things come on the radio, even though it's not my cup of tea, I can still appreciate it for what it is musically.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so that sort of attitude just kind of irritates me. That is all rubbish.
Yeah, it's really not. No, yeah, absolutely.
Just because it's not your thing, you know. Yeah, I imagine that's really interesting.
It's fascinating. It's so much. There's a lot of physiology about what's going on with the voice on the inside and that sort of thing. And you can just open your mouth and sing, but then there's so much other stuff to it that the more you delve into it, the more you realise you don't know, which is slightly intimidating at times. I've been doing it for 8 years and there's still stuff I don't know, but at least I know that I don't know it now, rather than not knowing that I don't know, sort of thing. So
yeah, I did it, but like when I mentioned that part of that shanty band, we played Sidmouth Folk Festival, and I was just doing the open your mouth and sing thing. And one of these old guys, these old folky guys, sort of took me to one side and was like, you need to work on your breathing. And I was like, oh, okay. Would you like a drink? Tell me more.
Yes. yeah, absolutely. There is a lot to it. And yeah, I've taught some really amazing singers. There's one in particular I taught she's phenomenal. She took everything I taught her and ran with it. And she's just an unbelievably amazing singer now, which is just really awesome. And
that's really gratifying.
There's other people who just, absolutely. And then there's other people who just do it for fun and just for like they just want something to do for themselves, kind of thing, which is really nice.
That's also really cool. Yeah, definitely. I think we mentioned briefly that you're also a member of Rhombus.
I am, yes.
So I know Rhombus have been around for a long time. I remember when they first sort of started, I was a big fan of their first early EPs. And then I kind of not seen anything from them for a while. And then when they reappeared, you were sort of there. So how did that kind of happen?
So Maya left the band. I think she had other stuff on. She's in a lot of other things as well. And Rhombus were looking for somebody to take her place. And I said, obviously I'm in Norwich, they're in Yorkshire. And I put my hand up and I said, look, I will be in the band temporarily until you find somebody more local, because they'd given us loads of gigs and I really liked their music and stuff like that. I really enjoyed like performing with them. And I had performed with them on stage as like the Rhombus supergroup at Whitby and stuff like that, and sung for them on a couple of their songs on their album Hebe Dragons. And so I joined them, and that was 5.5, 6 years ago, something like that. And I just basically, I had so much fun doing it. I was like, right, this is my job now. Nobody else can have this. It's my job. I'm not doing it temporarily.
I like it.
I'm here and I'm staying. So
that's great. Yeah, because they're a brilliant band. They're such fun live as well. When I saw them years ago, it was so much fun. Yeah,
they're really fun behind the scenes as well. So
yeah, I see daft pictures popping up in my Facebook feed every now and then, usually involving hats.
Yes, they have an obsession with hats.
I was going to say, there's a lot of hats going on.
There's a lot of hats going on. I feel like I need a hat, actually. I need to figure myself out a hat for them.
Get some ridiculous ascot thing,
Yes, really big. Yeah, with loads of feathers.
Yeah, go for it. I played a Rhombus track a few weeks ago on the show because I spotted that you were playing an acoustic show in a HMV How did that go? Yeah, in Huddersfield. Yeah, because I was like, that's awesome. If I was anywhere near that, I'd have gone to that. Because
it was so much fun. It was honestly just such a great gig. We took my PA up there, and it wasn't really. I mean, we said it was acoustic. We had an acoustic guitar. Everything else went through the PA.
Right.
Apart from the drum. Okay, so Lee played the drum kit with brushes, which are basically they're not actual brushes at all. They're just bunches of sticks tied together.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So it's still loud. So rumbers can't not be loud. We just are. But it was so fun. We were in like a corner of the store near the entrance, and people just kept coming in and out. And then people would come and they'd either stay for a little bit, or they'd stay the whole time, or they'd be browsing while listening as well, and occasionally turning over to look at us and seeing what we were up to. And it was amazing. Really, really good fun.
Yeah, I bet that was really kind of surreal.
Yes.
You got some little kid looking at like superhero Funko Pops or something.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Mummy, who are they?
Who are they, and what are they doing? Yeah, there were a couple of young girls who were filming us, and came up to me afterwards for a photograph and stuff like that. And I really hope that they'd been inspired by that as well as performers. Maybe they kind of came across as being people who were interested in singing and performing and that kind of thing. So I hope that was an inspirational thing for them. So.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah. It's great. Well, great when you get that sort of interaction with the general public, even not just your audience, with a wider audience. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And we're not just, we are a gothic rock band, but we're not just a gothic rock band. We are quite accessible to other people as well.
Yes, definitely. Right, yeah, so what we're going to do now very quickly, we're going to take one final break, and we're going to play a rhombus track. Which one would you like me to play?
Can we play Sodium Sunrise?
Oh yes. Yes. That was I mentioned earlier, that's the one I was going to choose anyway. So yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant song. Yeah, so this is Sodium Sunrise from Rhombus. Okay, and we're back with Alixandrea Corvyn. Okay, yeah, so finally, what sort of thing, apart from this Black Midwinter, what else have you got on the horizon? What have you got coming out?
We've got a new Last July EP coming out very soon. If we can get the last song finished, we're kind of labouring a little bit over that at the moment, but it will be done. It will be done soon. I think Rhombus are in the process of starting to write some new material. I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll have to see. I never hear about that until it's quite advanced, right? So the boys are all up there cloistered away in Yorkshire in the rehearsal
Yorkshire, yeah.
writing stuff, and then they come to me and they're like, "We've written this new song. Can you write some lyrics to it?" So, which is always really exciting because then I get to hear a brand new Rhombus song and write stuff to it. So.
Yeah, but that's nice actually. Getting a little present every now and then, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to the Last July EP coming out.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I feel like we should have some gigs booked. Obviously, we've got the in the Black Midwin2r for my solo thing, but I feel like there is a Rhombus gig coming up, but I can never remember unless I look at the calendar. But it's just one of those. You'll see us around. You'll see us around.
Yeah.
In one way or another, we'll be there.
Yeah, let me know, and I'll make sure I put it out on the show.
Thank you. We'll do.
Because I didn't realise that you were actually playing up in Whitby at the Goth at the Brewery thing.
That was last July, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see any promotion for that, and I completely missed it because I did a Whitby preview show, and I did Tomorrow's Ghost, and I did the Marquis Masquerade, and I hadn't seen any promotion, so I didn't do any of it. I know,
and we're rubbish at promoting ourselves as well. So
it was you and Westenra, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and that was really good fun. And again, like we were playing. Last July, we're playing to an audience that wasn't just goths, but also a whole bunch of other people as well. So it was nice and it was packed, absolutely packed from beginning to end. So yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it's nice to play to a different audience.
Yeah, no, that's it. I mean, any chance you get to get your stuff out to a wider group of people it's always good, isn't it? You know, because I mean, some people it might not be their cup of tea, but other people might go, you know what, this goth stuff, I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
It's like, because I do my monthly night, I do it in a pub. And we take over the bottom, and we got half of the pub. We move the pool table out, so we've got like a dance floor and smoke machine and lights and all that. And then the other half of the pub is kind of just the normal pub, and you get we get a lot of students in. Like quite young and impressionable students.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, come over this side of the pub.
Come to us.
And you get people coming up going, what's this? This is really good. So, it's
cool.
I kind of like it. I thought when we first started doing it, I was like, this probably isn't going to work. But it does. It works really well. Yeah,
that's works really good. Well. Yeah, so, that's fantastic.
Yeah, excellent. You'll have to let me know when the new Last July EP is out, and we will get it on the show.
Yeah.
And
awesome, thank you.
In any case, so yeah, thank you very much for coming on today. It's great to chat to you as always.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, you too. Definitely,
my pleasure. My pleasure. So as always, I ask a guest to end the show on a song, a personal favourite, something that one of them tracks, sort of like a desert island disc. So, cool. So what have you got for us?
So it's got to be Discotheque Necronomicon by Killy Miranda.
Amazing.
It's just such a classic track, and it's so it just to me it encapsulates the goth scene. It's like we are these dark things, but it's very tongue in cheek, and it's very fun and just upbeat and stuff. So
it's a stunning track. I love that entire album. Transgression by Numbers is a brilliant piece of work. I absolutely love it. So excellent. So thank you, and here we go. This is Discotheque Necronomicon from Killy Miranda.
got the Richter's cheekbones. We got the death row moves. Stuck in a retro nightmare. We do the speed freak groove. Discotheque. Necronomicon. Discotheque. Necronomicon. We got cocaine hysteria. Tripping the light fantastic. We are the sex war children. We got amphetamine logic. We got the warp drive head up. The sonic defecation. Implant the bioelectrodes into the funeral nation. Discotheque. Necronomicon. Discotheque. Necronomicon. Welcome to the discotheque. Necronomicon. Welcome to the discotheque. Necronomicon. Become a grave compulsion. We got a taste of evil, the cannibal addiction. We got the Richter's cheekbones. We got the death row moves. Stuck in a retro nightmare. We do the speed freak groove. Discotheque. Necronomicon. Discotheque. Necronomicon. Welcome to the discotheque. Necronomicon. Welcome to the discotheque. Necronomicon.
The Feelgood Station, taking you to the best shows.
Visit worlds there'll never be, science fiction or fantasy. Go on a journey of imagination, be just what we want to be. Stories are there, fact and fiction, with exotic lands and brave people there to be told, to ease the tension of the life we live in's poor example. Don't remind me in your songs that I'm somewhere I don't belong. There's more to basic facts, so let me play pretend. I want sci-fi dreams and laser beams, so let me play pretend. Not to bury our heads in the sand and ignore injustice and inequality in the world. There are times when we need to celebrate and indulge imaginative thought. Art and creativity in life is just as vital for our overall well-being. So please, allow this indulgence. Play pretend. Don't remind me in your songs that I'm somewhere I don't belong. There's more to life than just the basic facts, so let me play pretend. I want sci-fi dreams and laser beams, so let me play pretend. There's more to life than just the basic facts, so let me play pretend. I want sci-fi dreams and laser beams, so let me play pretend. Let me play pretend. Let me play pretend. Let me play pretend.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there. That was Play Pretend by the Doyle Band, who are futurist heroes in the vein of ZZ Sputnik and stuff like that. I absolutely love them. They're brilliant. They're great fun. They're one of those bands as well, again, that doesn't take itself too seriously, which is always, it's a big selling point to me. I like daft. Thank you, Septimus. Yes, I am daft. Okay, I'm not going to deny it. Righty-ho, we're headed towards the end of the show. The track you heard before that was Killing Miranda's Discotheque Necronomicon from Transgression by Numbers, and that was the choice of our guest, Alixandrea Corvyn. Thanks again to Alex for coming on the show. If any bands out there or horror writers, because I usually have another interview with a writer or horror creative, but I didn't have time this week because of all the Black Midwinter stuff. So yeah, if you want to get in touch, you want to come on the show, get in contact at Cellar of Horrors, all one word, all lowercase, at gmail.com. That's cellarofhorrors@gmail.com. Just before we go, we've got time for one more track. And as I mentioned at the top, I was trying to find out about one of the bands, Black Clown, who are playing on the Friday. And I couldn't find out a lot until somebody posted up that it's actually Mags from We've Got a Fuzzbox, and we're going to use it as her new Dark Electro project. Now, as you'd imagine, I don't have any of this, but what I do have is some Fuzzbox. So what I'm going to do, this is off their brand new reimagined CD. It's all the old classics, like, redone. So this is the reimagined version of Rules and Regulations from We've Got a Fuzzbox, and we're going to use it. Okay, we'll see you next week. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Septimus.